What is up, fellas? It is episode number 85 of the Metal Roundtable. I am Metal Rob, and with me, as always, is the great Carcass John, and the new and improved show includes the great Scott Waters. Thank you again, Scott, for being with us. I need to just stop saying that because you're just a part of the show now. That's just the way it is. We are officially a three-man booth.
We're a power trio.
And I like it that way. And it's not so evident when I have to drop out for some silly reason.
Almost said we were a threesome. That's not what we are.
No. Hey, I have a fun scientific fact before you get into your shout outs and we get into business.
Yeah.
Did you know that the surface of Mars was officially warmer than Dallas-Fort Worth was last Monday?
Yes, we were
below zero.
Several days straight.
Crazy.
Speaking of which, I've got a few things to say, but I'm going to be really quick. So you boys did not get bit by the Texas thing. Obviously, Scott didn't because he's out of New Mexico. And Carcass, you dodged a bullet. I did not. I have lost the downstairs. Everything flooded. So all the furniture's out. I'm down to the slab down there. So that sucks. And for anybody that's got it worse than me, and I know lots do, yeah, we're thinking about you and hope you get back to normal ASAP because it sucks to deal with it. But enough about that. I want to talk about somebody real quick. We have lost a viewer of the show. This is the first that I know of. First time this has ever happened for us outside of Bruce Corbett. But John Melvin has passed away, and John was a friend and fan of the show. He would comment from time to time on our episodes, especially if it had anything to do with Kiss. He would personal message me from time to time because I grew up knowing John in our little town, and he helped foster my love of Kiss and all things Kiss related. He and I listened to a lot of what we're going to talk about today on today's episode, a lot of hair metal, which is a term that Scott and I are not super fond of, but you know what we're talking about. He turned me on to the Vinnie Vincent Invasion, stuff like that. So we're going to miss John. So cheers, brother, wherever you are. I'm going to miss hearing from you. So, yeah, rest in peace to the great John Melvin.
That's shocking. Holy cow. But anyway.
Rip John. So this episode is dedicated to him.
Amen.
As we move quickly before we get to the topic, which is going to be some of our favorite hair metal. It's not our top 5 or anything. Just consider it kind of a hair metal 80s melodic hard rock primer, if you will. We're just going to talk about some of our favorite stuff. But to prove that I am not a complete poser, in the Metalhead box a couple of months ago, I got a Necrophobic shirt and I wore it on the show and I researched their music. So check it out, Carcass.
Yes. That is a great record. You started off in the right place.
This might be my second favorite. Maybe it's going to be in my top 3 death metal bands. You know me, I'm not a huge death metal guy, but I love Turbid North. I love Necrophobic now. And Suffocation is the greatest death metal band of all time. Fight me. Anyway, so there's that. And I'm going to quickly say 2 more things. Well, I'm going to go through this, and then I'm going to go through the Metalhead box. I'm so sorry to dominate time. I'm a little scattered from everything that's been going on. The band Roth from Casper, Wyoming, sent me some copies of this album. It's their latest album, Triple Black. They've been around for years. Did I get you one of these, Carcass?
You did, on
Did
Black.
I get you one, Scott?
No, not yet.
Okay, if you'd like to have one, you got it. Trust me, I've got plenty.
Cool.
So here's what we're going to do. If you can prove to us that you checked this out, you listen to it and you like it and you don't want it just because you're a record collector. If you can prove to us through review or a link or anything that you know about Roth out of Casper, Wyoming, and you're interested in this vinyl, I will personally mail it to you. It's brand new, sealed. It is blood red vinyl. It's up for grabs. All you got to do is send me, Monkey Butt, Carcass, somebody a message. And the first person that proves that they would be interested in having this or know even the slightest thing about Roth, show us that you Googled them, show us that you checked it out, whatever. I'm going to send you their latest album for free on Body Bag Records. So there you go. I'll set that right there. Blood red vinyl. And then I will quickly go through my metalhead box because I know that we need to get to today's topic. Do y'all have any shout outs before we do this?
Sure. I have one.
Go ahead.
Do it.
I haven't been able to stop listening to this album over the last week. This is the new Triton.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
This thing's fantastic. I mean, I liked Triton in the past, but this album is just spectacular. And it features Eric Gillette on keyboards and drums. Keyboards and drums. And it's just stellar. Here you go. Now that it's bigger, I'll put it out there again. But Eric Gillette he's in a bunch of different prog bands. So anyhow, this is prog rock, prog metal, whatever you call it. Lots of noodling. All the songs are 7 minutes to 10 minutes long. Yeah, really spectacular.
So do they still sound like Rush?
They sound. The vocalist still has the Geddy Lee sound.
Yeah.
But the music sounds more like Dream Theater or maybe even Faith Warning.
Because that one
much proggier, much more noodly than anything Triton's done in the past.
Well, that one I have the one White album on cassette. What is that one? What I don't remember what that's called, but man, that is a Rush knockoff. They could easily be a Rush cover band.
Celestial Messenger, yes.
Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah, this is their first album in 30 years, I think, and I knew I would probably like it because I like the band, but I did not know I would like it this much. Where I've literally played this thing 10 times already, and I just really, really enjoyed it.
Cool.
There you go. Oh, and if anybody looks for it, boonsoverstock.com has copies, and I think it's on Amazon too. So
okay. Well, I'm going to shout out my daughter, who with her friend Erin drove into town from Albuquerque on Monday night in the midst of Snowmageddon and 0 temperatures and snow and ice and carnage and mayhem. It looked like a Frozen Soul video shoot out there for about a week.
Yeah,
and they drove in and they're like, what's the big deal? It's winter. And I'm just like, dude, we don't do winter here like you do up north in Utah or Colorado or Montana or anywhere, Minnesota. So anyway, it was fun to have her around for a week. And to her credit, she's prepping for a show. She's less than 30 days out, and she's still stuck to her diet. And she found places to work out, even amidst no water, no power, no whatever. So no excuses. So props to her. And it was a great time. And we found a stack of unreleased, unlistened to music by her brother DJ Slow-Mo that we're still culling through. So it looks like another tribute record will be coming soon. So
nice.
Anyway,
yeah.
So it was a productive week.
Rip DJ Slow-Mo. That'll be awesome, man. If you need a hand with that, let me know.
Absolutely. Well, I'm not going to call anybody else. It was great that you did that last one. It sounded awesome.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, let's dig into the latest Metalhead box. I'll be quick, and then we'll get to our topic. Nice Atrophy shirt.
Killer, dude.
I know, man. I am stoked to get that. TJ Lewis from 4Bo just popped on and said that he started getting the Metalhead box because of us talking about it. Carcass, there's something in here that you're going to absolutely love. I'm going to save that for last. There were no autographs in there this time. Or if there was, I probably put it on the shelf over there. How about this pin? Nice Don't Break the Oath.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Die-cast pin. That's pretty cool. Or enamel pin. Nice Overkill.
That's
pin.
Cool.
Stoked about that. I got 2 CDs this month. One is by Cruella. I've checked it out just for a minute or two. Like I said, I've been slammed with all the beat down on the house this past week. And then this is Grimgott's Dragons of the Ages. I listened to it just for a minute, and it kind of reminds me of that Corpiclani kind of pirate folk metal sort of thing, if I remember right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So these are pretty cool. I need to dig into them further because I just don't remember, because on the heels of getting that thing and getting busy, then the pipe broke and here we are. So, but Carcass, check this out. Carcass is a cassette guy. Carcass has a huge cassette collection, and this came. Can you?
Oh my gosh, that thing. Oh man. And you know what I don't have in my collection? Is that a new release?
I think it is.
Is it a clear cassette?
It is a red.
Yeah, that's a reissue. That's killer.
Anyway.
And that thing rips.
There you go.
You too, buddy.
Oh, wait. Okay, so I subscribed to Rod's YouTube channel, and I'm listening to the title track now. All right, Baron Von Headbanger. That's good enough for me. That works.
Fraser Dawson, you're right. You better recognize that, Fraser.
Dig it so far. Baron Von Headbanger. All right, well, you're the man. As long as you're in the U.S., I'll send it to you. I should have made that. Well, I'll figure it out one way or the other.
Yep.
Man, lots and lots of
yes,
comments.
Justin.
I can barely keep up. What's up, Justin?
I'll take his Strapato by Slaughter. You doggone right, I will.
Oh, you've got two offers.
Yes.
Yeah. House band of the show. All right, let's get to today's topic, which is some of our favorite hair metal. Now, Scott, tell us why we are not big fans of the term hair metal.
It's a stupid derogatory term. I don't know who came up with it, but every band had long hair in the 80s. Metallica had long hair in the 80s. Does that make them a hair metal band?
Nope.
I know a lot of people say it's the whole Aquanet thing, and with the big hair and the makeup, but not every band wore that either. So
right.
It's just a derogatory term, just like butt rock is for all the crappy 90s bands that came out. Hair metal is the same thing. It's just a derogatory term. When I grew up with it, it was never hair metal. It was just metal. So,
hey, I mean, even Slayer wore makeup at one point in time until Exodus said, hey, if you're going to play in our town on a show with us, please don't wear the makeup. So they stopped wearing the eyeliner and all that crap.
It's just
anyway,
a derogatory term, but whatever. I mean, people know what it means these days, but I mean, we had glam metal back in the day, and we had sleaze metal and all these other different stupid terms that all mean the same thing. I just think hair metal is a catch-all term for a bunch of crappy music in the 80s and that had no talent, was just looks. That's pretty much what it means.
I remember reading. I read an interview with Vince Neil, and he said basically they just started. It was a way to hang with chicks.
Yeah.
And they would trade makeup secrets basically, and let the girls make them up, and then that's just the way they walked around.
I like that he said on one of their home videos, he said, just because we wear lipstick and heels doesn't mean we can't kick your ass.
True.
It's genius.
Think about a band like Motley Crue. They didn't look like they didn't wear the poodle puff hairdos and the pink spandex until 3 albums in. Their first 2 albums, they were wearing black leather and denim and had pentagrams and were all metal and
And then they took it all away when Dr. Feelgood came out.
Right, and they went for what was popular at the time, which was like I said, the poodle puff hairdos and the pink spandex and polka dots and all the other crap that people were doing at the time.
Well, I will go first so we're talking, this is not a countdown. It's not these are the best of all time or anything like that. These are our favorites. So I will get started, and I'm going to tell you that of the 80s, I hate calling it hair metal because this is my favorite genre. So I could go all day. In the vein of Doc and Motley Crue, Rat, Kiss, Poison, Slaughter, White Lion. I mean, all of it. I could go on and on and on, but I just pulled out a few discs that kind of highlight what my favorites are. So if you've got some teenage kid that's getting into metal and they like the melodic stuff, that's kind of what I'm coming up with, is some good things to turn them on to get them started into that sort of thing. So I'll go
like
in
this?
pretty much alphabetical order of what I pulled, and I went very quickly. And I think Scott has got this one too.
So is this what we're talking about? This is the style of music we're talking about, right?
No. That's what Carcass would like to talk about.
Hair metal.
These guys had hair.
So what I did was I went and grabbed some records that I don't think there's a bad song on there. And if you want to, I don't know how you could call Dirty Looks hair metal, but man, this is grungy, grubby, dirty, heavy rock and roll. It got lumped in with all the hair stuff, but to me, Dirty Looks Cool from the Wire is one of my favorites. This is actually signed by Paul Liddell, or Liddell, I think is how, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got this from the Poser, actually.
Yeah, I actually like that record. I'm not, and yeah, as you well know, I am not into the hair metal thing, but I listened to it on a whim and it's good. It's more like AC/DC, except
Yeah.
TNT, you know, one of those. It's more like that, and I was surprised. I actually enjoyed it. So
since you pulled that out, and they're also one of my favorite bands, I also grabbed one of their albums too. So one of my top favorite albums. This is actually the album I discovered them on. They were a band from Pennsylvania. I was going to college in New York, and a friend of mine was from the area. They were playing in Pennsylvania, brought this cassette tape, and we just were all addicted to it forever. So this is Dirty Looks. This is In Your Face. This came out just before Cool from the Wire came out. So there's some songs that share the same. This was just got a little dirtier, a little grittier than this album. It's just because of the difference in production. I mean, this is big label, Matt Norman produced. This is no label, band produced. So that's the difference. But yeah, we were talking about the look. I mean,
Fraser, I'm not going to admit to anything about Pose. Although I tell you what, since Rob talked about Slaughter earlier and Strapato, how about Poison?
Wrong with Poison.
Oh, that's the German speed metal band. Well, how about Vixen?
Wait, hold on. Whoa. Stop. Wait. Turn your head sideways.
No.
Yes.
No.
You have a ponytail.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I didn't realize your hair was getting that long.
It's getting that long. I'm not never going to cut it again. I also shaved my beard 3 weeks ago, and nobody even said a word.
I noticed. I said something.
You didn't say a word, dude.
Oh,
so I lost half my strength, though, so I'm growing it back.
Let's see the ponytail. Come on.
No, it's not that long. It's just that it's at that in-between stage where I just hate it hanging.
You turned your head, and I was like, wait a minute. What is that back there?
It's just a way to look.
And that's the wrong Vixen. I see what you're doing here.
What? Vixen.
And yes, Baron Von Headbanger, we're sticking to 80s metal for today.
Well, okay, then you've got to give it to me on Warrant.
Nope.
Well, then I'm just out of the conversation. Well, no, wait a minute. There. How about this? These guys wore makeup and they dress like girls, sort of.
You know, I love Twisted Sister, and people lump them into that, but there is no doubt that those first two albums were fast, heavy, furious, nasty, raw. The band looked like that because it got them attention. It made people look. It made people, they were putting on a show. It was a spectacle bigger than life. So I love Twisted Sister. And yep, I'll give you that one for sure.
Okay.
And D. Snyder himself said, you know, back in the day where everybody's thing was called glam, he goes, glam implies glamorous. Twisted Sister should be called hid because we're hideous.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, my picture's big. I'll go next.
Yay. Yeah, Fastway. Is Fastway a hair metal band or like a they're just
heavy metal band.
See, I think Fastway is kind of like Dokken. They got lumped into that scene, and Dokken is not. They wore matching outfits or whatever, but their music was not all pretty and about love songs. Well, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
All right, so I got a band that was on a big label, had the big producers and everything else, but never quite caught on.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And again, neither one of these albums to me are hair metal. They're just really straightforward metal to me. Now there are the exceptions. Rock You, I mean, that song is kind of one of my least favorite songs from Helix of all time. Band didn't write the song. It was written by an outside songwriter. Actually, I believe it was the same guy who wrote a couple songs for Judas Priest at the time. You guys remember what that guy's name was? He wrote Heads Are Gonna Roll. Anyhow.
Oh, wow.
He wrote Rock You, so give me an R. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
The rest of the album is just wrong. I mean, you've got super heavy songs like When the Hammer Falls and You Keep Me Rockin', Make Me Do Anything You Want, Six Strings, Nine Lives. These are solid heavy metal albums, despite the fact that they get lumped in with the hair metal genre.
I agree. Well, and what happens?
Like Rock You.
And what happens is they put out the most melodic song, if you want to call, or the most commercial song, or they put out the ballad as the single, and that's what you know. But the rest of the album is heavy. Same with Skid Row. You see the ballad, but dude, go jam on Midnight, Tornado, Sweet Little Sister. Anyway, I could go on and on. All right, here's my second one. And here, oh man, I'm not looking forward to this because Carcass is gonna laugh me out of the room.
Go ahead. Make my
Every
day.
song is good, but these guys were the epitome of the hair, makeup, pretty boy thing, not Poison.
Okay, let me say something about Europe.
Doo-doo-doo.
Aside from that song, those guys rip. They're a great band.
This
John Norum is a master. Yeah, he is a master guitar player, and I don't really have a problem with them, other than the fact that they got played into the freaking ground.
Yep, that song. And what was the other song from the next album? That ballad.
Well, Carrie is on here. That was the huge one. Yeah, it's on here. So to me, this is a 10 out of 10. If you want to classify something as glammy, melodic, hair metal, whatever, this is just a 10 out of 10. They had the massive hit, The Final Countdown. They had the massive hit, Carrie. But give me Rock the Night, Danger on the Track, Ninja, Cherokee. I mean, everything on this is good. I love it. It's a 10 out of 10. I love you, boys.
I love their first two records as well. They're a little more of a straightforward hard rock, heavy metal sound, from definitely inspired by the 70s sound, but I think they're both great. There's no doo-doo-doo-doo on there, but you know.
Like that.
All right, John, you're next. What you got? Anything?
Well, since we already sort of mentioned him, Vinnie Vincent.
Oh yeah.
As described by Gene Simmons as the most self-destructive, most talented person I've ever known. Anyway, I have a special place in my heart for this thing because my buddy Bobby Rock, who's playing drums now with Lita Ford, played on this record, and he just freaking destroys. And the fact of the matter is all these songs rock. Mark Slaughter is an exceptional singer, and little be known, I worked some shows for them when they were in Texas at one point in time. And I didn't realize that Vinny didn't do his own sound checks, that Mark Slaughter did his sound check for him. And that dude can play some serious guitar. Yeah. So they went on their sound check as a 3-piece power trio. And man, it was 20 minutes of real bliss there, and heavy.
Hey, show the back cover. Show the back cover.
Yeah. Hard to not think that these dudes aren't.
Yeah,
like,
blow up.
Don't do it. So
I'm sorry, but that back cover is nowhere near as bad as this one.
No, it's not. And in fact, I even get a mention on this because I did some graphic design work for the band, and I did a T-shirt for them when they did the Maiden tour. So it was kind of fun, and plus having proximity to the drummer and Dana Strum, it was kind of fun. And like I said, Mark Slaughter is not only an exceptional person, but he's a great singer and guitarist. And Vinny is enigmatic, but man, when he's on, he is really on. He's really a good guitar player and wrote some great songs and bailed Kiss out of a major jam.
Yeah,
I think this is one of the most perfect pictures of glam right there.
And I'm telling you, Bobby Rock hates that picture. In fact, fast forward to his Nitro. his days with Nitro, Michelangelo,
Uh-huh.
Jim Gillette, and all those dudes. Which, if anybody has a picture of that, they need to show that. That even makes that look like Marlon
Right
Brando.
up.
I got it right here. But seriously, I have a question. Those pants, they're painted on, right?
They're painted on.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that was one of my picks too. Was the Vinnie Vincent invasion? But
yeah, he hates that thing with a passion.
Man, we are getting overwhelmed with comments today, which is awesome. I see Donnell mentioning Wasp. Great mention there. Alvaro Villatoro talks about Kicks.
Hellstar. I mean,
Jolie, thanks for checking in. Ryan from Motivic is mentioning Rat and Warren De Martini. See, we could go all day long, but go. Whose turn is it?
I think it's mine.
Yeah, do it, bro.
Well, I mean, I might as well just show it because I just had it, but I grabbed the Nitro record. So if you like the Vinnie Vincent, there's probably a chance you're going to like this one too. It's got a very similar over-the-top vibe with crazy guitar solos, fast songs.
Yep.
I was turned on to this. I was watching a cable access channel, some dude showing music videos on a cable access channel, and they played the video for Freight Train, and I was hooked. I'm like, that's just awesome. It's so over-the-top glam.
That's
what I like.
Look at the hair on Jim Gillette, and he's bald as a cue ball. In fact, I think Rob has more hair than Jim Gillette does these days, but look at the mop on that dude.
But everything was over the top. The drumming was over the top. The guitar playing was over the top, and the vocals were insane. I mean, it's just crazy. And I doubt he could sing. I doubt anybody could sing those vocals at the age he is now. But
I think that what we're learning about metal is that it was just extreme, but in a different direction.
Right.
And not extreme as far as brutal, gross, gory, whatever. Yep. But it was extreme to a different angle of to your point. That Nitro record, that's as extreme as it gets. I mean, Dokken and Slaughter seem like Led Zeppelin compared to Nitro, for crying out loud, as far as whatever. But man, so I think that's what we're talking about here. I mean, I would never dress up like that, but it wouldn't keep me from maybe listening and checking out the record.
So,
go fast, Eddie.
Here's our question here. No, Hellstar were never even close to being hair or glam metal, in my opinion.
But if you look back, I've got a doggone it. If I could pull out, I have a promo photo of them, and James is wearing white tassel boots and stretch pants and a silk shirt. And they all have their hair up to here. They look like a metal band, but they never played like one. They were speed metal.
Yep.
Spicoli's gonna keep us on our toes.
Extreme
awesome.
Glam metal. Okay.
What's up, Brennan? I agree with the Cinderella comment that Brennan's talking about. Great blues influence on a lot of their stuff, not just falling apart at the seams. But go ahead, Carcass. You're doing great.
No, I mean, that's
okay.
I mean, you want me to go on to the next?
What's your next choice?
My next choice?
Yeah. He's gonna pull out some German speed metal band.
No,
there you go.
How about that?
How about that?
Crazy Nights.
How about Thunder in the East on a Japanese pressing by a Japanese band? This is a great record. I know everybody pulls out the. I don't know. I mean, all their records were good. They put out one that was very, very experimental, where they changed the logo but even the Mike Facera stuff is ripping.
Yep.
But, I know that they got back together a few years ago and did kind of a minor tour and played the Maryland Metal Fest and some other things. But dude, I love loudness. Heavy grooves, killer guitar solo. I mean,
Kira is an awesome guitar player.
Can we agree that he's kind of the Japanese version of Eddie Van Halen?
Yeah. Akira
Maybe so.
Takasaki is a badass.
He's just a frighteningly good guitar player, and the band is tight. They still sound great. I know they've had health and all sorts of issues, but man, I love this record and I love the band Loudness. So I guess I have more metal than I thought.
Yeah, I agree. Potato Fry, I agree with you. Great album, Thunder in the East. Heavy Chains, great song. Don't forget Baron von Headbanger or whoever it was that talked about Roth.
Baron von Headbanger for the win.
Message me on the Metal Roundtable Facebook page or something so I can get your record out.
Yes, Donnell, Dissolution. That was the kind of the experimental record. But anyway, it still sounded good. It was kind of a weird loudness record.
Whose turn is it?
I don't know. I still got
yours,
like 7 left.
Scott's.
So we need to move.
Yeah, I got to cruise. I'm going to go through real fast. Another one that is good front to back, Dokken Tooth and Nail, one of the greatest guitar players ever in metal of any kind, in my opinion. I love Don Dokken's voice. I know that these days people are giving him crap about his voice, but gosh, man, he's an old dude and he has sung a lot of stuff over the years. But to me, this had something that set them apart from the crowd. Don's unique voice, the guitar playing was outstanding, songwriting outstanding. Give me Dokken Tooth and Nail all day long.
I agree with Jason too. Anyway.
You got another one?
Scott, me? Oh, I got one left.
I got like 7, so
okay, well I got one left and I'll just comment on what you throw up there, but I mean,
okay.
Can we classify that as you said glam, sleaze, whatever? I don't know, Kiss?
I mean, if not, it's definitely a huge influence on it. I mean, the showmanship, the Ace Frehley wankery guitar solos, yeah, I would put it there. I mean,
well, and even in the 80s, they went straight to the spandex and the fluorescent pink shirts and the hair and the no makeup but I don't know. It's like they metamorphosized for their era. And
dude, I gotta stop. Harmless Rebel. I completely agree with you. Stars is one of the greatest melodic hard rock bands ever. I went and bought their vinyl because I bought pretty much all the studio albums because you cannot find them on CD. I absolutely love Stars and I absolutely love Sweet. Sweet, I think, is a little more glam rock than Stars, but man, Stars is right there with them, and I absolutely agree with you. Stars is badass. Even Bradley Amos says Badlands too.
Straight up heavy.
Oh yeah, how about that? Dangerous Toys.
Oh, dude,
stop picking my stuff.
With the enigmatic, with the enigmatic Jason McMaster. That dude can sing just about anything. I think, at least in that range.
At a little club in Albuquerque, and they were great. They were fantastic. I mean, I've heard people call them a Guns N' Roses clone, but I like them better than Guns N' Roses.
Me too.
I like the songs better. I like the vocals better. I will say, especially on this album, some of the lyrics are a little bit
cheesy,
juvenile, sporting a Woody. But
hey, they're dangerous toys.
I mean, I grabbed this one, but really, Pissed is probably my favorite Dangerous Toy album because it was heavy, and they were pissed, and it was a bit more mature, but it still had that heavy elements and the dirty guitar, that Texas sound.
Man, we should do a Dangerous Toys episode. I would love to talk to Jason McMaster. We have mutual friends. I need to try to reach him because that would be a fantastic show. My favorite Dangerous Toys is their second album, Hellacious Acres.
All 3 of them are good. Now, I don't know the artist formerly known as that one I'd struggle with, but the first 3 were fantastic.
I don't have that one. I don't have the artist formerly known. I just need to pick it back up. But
all right, this is another one of those bands that was big label, great logo, everything going for them, but never really hit the big time.
Yep.
Oh wow,
gosh, that's a good choice.
And then I just can't show one without the other. They're both, to me, these go hand in hand. Solid, straightforward, hard rock, heavy metal, whatever you want to call them. They didn't really have the look, at least not here. They didn't. Later on in the 80s, they started everybody got glammier as the 80s went on. But these are just fantastic albums. But yeah, Y&T definitely got lumped into the whole, hair metal.
Dude, the clones out there in the listening audience are bringing it with both barrels. I've seen Firehouse. I've seen Winger.
Kingdom Come.
Come. Good grief.
Celtic Frost, Cold Lake.
Yeah.
They are loaded for freaking bear today. I cannot keep up.
Pretty Boy Floyd, Rocks Gang, Baron Von Headbanger for the win.
All right, man. Here's another one. This one, some of you guys probably know this band.
Oh yeah. I like the
yeah.
first one better. Yep, that's my favorite.
That's actually this is actually their third album and their fourth album.
Oh really?
Yes, this was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey, Eddie wants to know about Faith Bomb. Are they glam metal?
Yes.
Can we've got to stop that shit.
Yes.
No.
These guys are unique. Nobody really sounds like them, I don't think. They kind of have their own unique blend, their own unique sound. And again, they.
Oh wow, XYZ. Yep.
XYZ, fantastic.
I love XYZs.
I do too. That. Oh my gosh.
Am I still going?
You're still going. Go.
All right.
What's up, Papa Wang?
We talked about this one, but I can go with any of their 4 albums, and I love them all. So,
and they're all greatness.
That is the look. That if you're gonna call something hair metal, that's it. I mean, you got the zebra skin spandex, the teased hair, the makeup, the bandanas hanging, the white boots. Yeah, that's good stuff right
there. Zebra. I don't know, Zebra. That's a tweener. Yeah, that's a tweener.
I agree.
They were kind of like a progressive Led Zeppelin.
Shotgun Messiah, Donnell. Boom.
This one a lot of people may not know, but I love this album. If you like Badlands,
Yep.
Oh yeah, Greg Chasen.
Fantastic.
Greg Chasen and Jeff Martin, both guys coming from the rhythm section from Badlands, coming over with one of the vocalists who just blows away most other vocalists. This guy just can sing. I mean, to me, he's like Ian Gillan on steroids.
Oh yeah,
Robin Vasari. If you haven't picked up that Red Sea album, oh man, you have missed one of the greatest rock and roll albums in the past 25, 30 years.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's
amazing album. Yep.
Now somebody mentioned Pantera, and I have to agree with them. Prior to Phil, Phil,
absolutely.
I never heard them as glam metal though. Maybe if you want to. I don't even see them as hair metal. They just were playing straightforward heavy metal.
Well, I mean,
it's the way they were. It's the way they were dressing. In fact, you should. The way they were Phil's rendition of them when he comes to town, joins the band. They say, "Hey, let's go down to the lingerie shop and get you decked out." And he's like, "No, I don't think so." But
all right, this is another one. I don't know. You can make fun of me all you want, but I love this particular album by this band. This is Extreme, 3 sides.
I like the first one best.
Now, the first one was much more poppy, glammy, and I like that one too. Actually, I need that one on vinyl, so it just keeps eluding me. But anyhow,
yep, Isaiah.
This album was more progressive and had a huge Queen influence to it. And I love this record. I mean, it's actually the only Extreme I have on vinyl at the moment. So
and notice too that Nuno Betancourt gets buried in the mix of the hair metal band, but that dude is a player too. Good grief.
Yeah, and everything about this album is fantastic. I mean, they're all great musicians. That's the thing about a lot of these bands is they're phenomenal musicians. They're not slackers,
Right. Agreed.
Am I still going?
So,
I still got 1, 2, 3 more. So
what about Scorpions? JT wants to know if the Scorpions are hair metal.
No, it depends.
Depends on what year.
I mean, Uli Roth era, no way.
Trickster. Oh, this is Jet Boy. Wow, this is making me laugh. You guys, I'm just sitting back and enjoying it. Killer Dwarfs?
Sleazebees, yeah.
The Sleazebees were sleaze rock. They were dirty, nasty. They kind of had a dirty sound. This is a band that I really liked that nobody cared about for whatever reason. Ever seen the video for Stand Tall?
No.
Look it up on YouTube. It's fantastic. It's a self-done video by the band. It's the original video that they did for MTV, and they actually make their own record in the video. It's freaking hilarious. It's perfect.
I'll check that out.
This album is fantastic. It's just, again, to me, they don't have the look of Cinderella. To me, this is much like Helix, just straightforward hard rock heavy metal.
Lillian Axe, yes, one of my favorite singers, Spicoli. Absolutely fantastic, Lillian Axe. And somebody's mentioning Wild Side. That's a horrifically overlooked record.
Well, and we know that the poser down in Houston isn't listening because he would have jumped in with Tiger Tails or Nuff Z Nuff or I saw a Bang Tango, so I had hopes that he might be listening, but oh well.
Killer Dwarfs are awesome. How about this one? I can't believe nobody mentioned it.
Yeah, no, JT, my brother-in-law in Alabama mentioned Striper.
There you go. I mean,
yeah.
Again, I find these guys fantastic musicians.
Yep.
Listening are great, and a song like Surrender. That's a heavy song. It's heavy as anything Judas Priest wrote.
That's right. Forebode, our house band, used to have 2 hairs, but now none of them have hair. They all look like Rob.
I got one more, and these guys definitely fit the bill with the look. But I love this record. This is Holy Soldier.
Yeah, they were as good as anybody out there.
Yep, and their singer Stephen Patrick could wail. That guy had a voice.
Lizzie Borden. How could Shark Island? Holy smokes! This is insane.
Yeah,
I know, man.
People keep listening to stuff like Wasp and Lizzie Borden. That was always like a shock rock thing to me, which was another whole different category. But
to me, with the big hooks and the choruses and all that, I think it still fits. Kick Axe, one of the best live albums I've ever heard was their Captured Live. That was a radio show. Absolutely as flawless as the record.
Rock City Angels.
Brittany Fox, boom.
Yep, I almost pulled a Brittany Fox album record out.
Brittany Fox.
I had an Alice Cooper out, and here we are. They're mentioning it. Even Fraser mentioned Alice Cooper. He was.
All right, so they've thought of some that I should have put on my list, but I just didn't have time to look. But I'm going to go with one. This, to me, is one that I do not skip a single song on, and this is where production turned. Production turned even bigger, even better, even more pro. And if you think these guys can't still play or sing, I dare you to go see them. I saw them right before COVID hit. Firehouse.
Somebody did mention them early in the mix here.
Dude, CJ can still sing, and they are strong at every position, man. Those dudes still crush it live. I think Richie went with me and saw them, and Lynch Mob. Yeah, and they were fantastic. And Lynch Mob was great, but I don't think they had a great night. Firehouse, unstoppable. And if you don't believe me, go to our YouTube page because I put a couple of live videos from that show up, and that dude can still hit it. Fantastic record. I love everything about it.
No love.
Vixen. Tyler 2071 mentioned Vixen, but I already did that. Well, I guess it was the wrong Vixen. Marty Friedman.
Someone said no love for Def Leppard. I love the first 2 Def Leppards. I can tolerate Pyromania. After that, I find it just to be a pile of garbage.
I like the first 3. I like them through Pyromania.
Yeah, I'm okay with Pyromania, but
Kicks, good band.
And Steve Whiteman still got it. Saw him a couple of years ago. Fantastic. Love every song on the Kicks record.
Tesla.
That was a big one for me in high school. Let me move on real quick to another one. I got 1 or 2 more here. Quintessential 80s heavy metal, hard rock, raw, little sleazy.
Shania Twain. Oh.
Yep.
Hey, her producer was pretty hard rock and sleazy. Anyway.
This came out when I was first in the Air Force. And I remember waxing the floor of the dorm with one of those big machines that spins around and listening to this on my headphones and just being blown away at how Sebastian Bach could sing. Love this record. Every note on it is fantastic.
Oh, wow. Donnell with how about the David Lee Roth band? Man, they were formidable.
I thought Eat 'Em and Smile was David Lee Roth beating his old band at what they did best.
Yep, I think you're right.
Yep.
I think you're absolutely right.
I saw David Lee Roth on that tour, and my gosh, that was a great tour.
Is that with Cinderella opening up for them?
I don't think it was Cinderella. I can't remember who opened up for them. All I remember is that show was fantastic. I still have this tour book from it. I mean, what do we have? Who was on it? Who was on it? Was Steve Vai and
Billy Sheehan and Greg Bissonette on drums.
Yeah, I mean, it was that was a show.
You can't beat that lineup.
I was professionally jumping off camera there.
Autograph. There's another one.
Something I was thinking was Tesla that opened up for him, but I could be wrong.
Whitesnake. Yeah, that's a good one. That 87 album is just a pure 80s heavy metal album to me. But the one that I'm going to talk about last, and then we can finish up answering some comments or talking about whatever, because I cannot believe how many comments we have today. But my number one, outside of LA Guns, self-titled, which is a great sleaze rock album.
Pretty Maids. That's a good one.
What do you think, Scott?
San Francisco-based Vane. I think they could have been a lot bigger had they not been San Francisco-based. If they were LA-based, they might have been more known.
Well, and it came out late. That was the other thing.
But they were around a long time. They struggled. Yeah. I just think there was the wrong place, wrong time thing for them. I mean,
yeah, 89 is when their first album came out, and I think it was just starting to get too late in the game. But this and LA Guns' first one are tied for my number one sleaze metal, 80s sleaze metal, if you will, of all time.
You know what? I don't know enough about sleaze metal to say anything about it, except I do enjoy some of it. And I will tell you, since we've already mentioned them, I think I even mentioned them. A guy from work has gone crazy collecting vinyl, and especially this wicked looking splatter version of, I used to really hate this record, I'll be honest with you. And he gave it to me. I opened it. I put it on the turntable, and I just started doing some things around the house. I had to stop myself. This thing is loaded with great songs. And once again, Kiss personifies that grungy. It has kind of a grungy feel to it. So I guess if I have to, I don't know. I'm with you, Rob. The Dokken thing, that they were too great of a heavy metal band to leave them out of the mix. So I'm going to say that either Under Lock and Key or Breaking the Chains that's probably not my top dog as far as glam or sleaze or whatever we're talking about.
Yeah. So let's spend the next couple of minutes or the next few minutes, because the show went all over the place. There were so many bands mentioned that I just want to spend a few minutes here at the end just talking about some of the comments that people are putting up. I cannot freaking keep up.
Headless Cross, Black Sabbath. There you go. That's another one that sounds kind of like, it sounds like sleazy. That's that sleazy 80s, 90s rock.
Are we going to do an episode about grunge metal? We could. Scott and I, Metal Mayhem 777. Scott and I just talked about Great White today, because I could do an episode on Great White. Carcass might hurt me for talking about.
You know what? Jack Russell can sing, and that band is a great band. And I have no problem talking about Jack Russell and Great White.
Absolutely.
As long as they don't light a flash pot in my living room, we're just fine. We can talk about it.
Fraser's right. Tony Martin kicked ass in Black Sabbath. So let's see. Metal Mayhem 77 says Black and
Blue, Saxon.
Saw them live on the Nasty Nasty tour. They were fantastic.
Faster Pussycat.
Got your number off the bathroom wall.
You know, I saw them open with LA Guns in the third. I think I told you the story that the third band, it was at the Cat House with Ricky Rackman, and the third band was Guns N' Roses, and they were still late for that, and their set got cut short. It was funny, but Faster Pussycat blew the doors off, and LA Guns crushed. They were awesome.
So I don't know if we can go back a couple of comments, Monkey Butt. I don't know if that's possible, but somebody said something about Black Sabbath's Seventh Star being a great 80s metal record. I completely agree with that. Sabbath fan recently dug in a Headless Cross. It's got that 80s feel. Doesn't seem too far removed from Whitesnake to me. Yeah, I like that string of albums through there with Tony Martin. I think they're fantastic. And it's Sabbath as long as Iommi's playing guitar. They never strayed too far, but give me some 80s polished Sabbath. I'm in, man. I love it.
What is that? The one with what was the one with Glenn Hughes and
Seventh Star?
That Seventh Star.
Yeah, I love that record.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Pretty much like anything Glenn Hughes has done, even the even the more bluesier stuff he's done. His solo stuff is fantastic. He's
Rumble Dog.
He just can sing. The guy can sing.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, he mentions Rumble Dog, which was an offshoot of Dirty Looks, right?
Yeah. It was basically Henrik. Yep.
Ultimate Sin. Yeah, and that album is great because of Ozzy, but also Jakey Lee, man. These comments are fantastic. We should have just done an episode answering the comments. This is great.
Send us your
Park. Hey,
wow, there's a real creeper.
Yep. So, Gorky Park, I remember that coming out. They had that song Bang, and they were Russian. I still have that album on CD. I revisit that one probably once a year. It's good. Pontus Dahlberg is talking about, I'm ahead because I'm reading the comments on Facebook as they come up live. So Priest with Turbo and Ram It Down, I'm in. I love the glam metal, 80s metal Priest.
Just don't tell Rick Perry you said that.
We don't need no parental guidance here.
Check out the band Seventh Star, heavy ass Christian hardcore band I used to love.
Blood Red Skies is a great song from that.
TJ.
Check out the band Seventh Star. I know Seventh.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I know Seventh Sign. I don't know Seventh Star. Seventh Sign were a Christian band though.
Smashed Gladys. I know a couple of songs. I've got the album. Rob, you're not going to answer the question. What's the question, Fraser? I missed it.
He asked you if Tony Martin or Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, I know what his answer is. His answer is Tony Martin, but to me, it's the tale of two different things. It's not Ozzy versus the other singers in Sabbath. It's Ozzy. That is Black Sabbath, period. That is the original. They are the Godfathers. Boom. Here it is. We take that. We set it over here. The Tony Martin era is fantastic. The album with Glenn Hughes is fantastic. The albums with Dio are fantastic. I don't think it's one against the other, in my opinion. If you make me choose, I'm going to choose Ozzy just because he's the original. But Fraser, I absolutely love the Tony Martin era Sabbath. And I know your answer, better singer.
Yeah, Tony Martin is a better singer than Ozzy, but I just had a discussion with somebody the other day. It doesn't matter if you're a better singer. You can be the best singer ever, and doesn't make you a great rock and roll frontman, doesn't make you charismatic. There's great bands, or there's crappy bands with great singers who did nothing. But then you've got bands like Van Halen who had David Lee Roth, who couldn't sing to save his life, but he was a great frontman. He had charisma, and he was a great vocalist. He knew how to capture a crowd. He knew how to, get a good sound. So regardless of whether he was a good singer or not, he was still a great vocalist for Van Halen.
So
Agreed.
Somebody just made a comment about the band Santa Cruz, and I actually have Santa Cruz on my radar. I've got that saved on a YouTube channel or something, because I've checked out Santa Cruz, and it is that new wave of 80s metal kind of thing, and I dig it. So yes, I agree. We need to wrap it up, boys. We can sit here and look at these comments.
Good grief.
Oh
It's like someone left the barn door open and all the animals are running out.
I've never, ever, ever had anything like this.
This is Seventh Sign. I never heard the other one, but this band's Seventh Sign is, I call them Dokken meets Queensryche.
Is that it, TJ?
That's their sound.
Victory. Oh my gosh, yeah, featuring Herman Frank on guitar.
Yeah.
Crazy Licks.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good choice.
Oh my gosh, they're hitting me too fast.
It just proves that we know nothing. We're just three guys.
Well, what they're doing is they're basically listing my CD collection, and I just can't keep up because I have most everything they've even mentioned. But those are some of the records that we like. If you're into 80s metal, those are some of our highlights that we dig. If you guys have got suggestions for shows, please send them to us. Please message us. We will hit you back. Wait. See, I'm going to get distracted again. We will hit you back. We will take some suggestions. We'll try to talk about, some of the things that you want us to talk about. This has by far been the most interactive episode we have ever done. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little scattered and overwhelmed trying to keep up with all of it. But, oh, my gosh, we are so thankful that you're checking it out. And I'm not signing us off just yet, but I want to say again, thanks to the Metalhead box. I'm glad that some of you guys have picked up the Metalhead box. We don't get anything from those guys, but we believe in it and we dig it. And we think it's cool. And so I'm glad some of you guys have picked that up. I want to say again, rest in peace to the great John Melvin. Wherever you are, love you, brother. Thank you for supporting the show. And what have you guys got for your final shots? That was, machine gun fire.
I'll be honest with you. Last week when you said you couldn't do it, and obviously that you had no power at your house, et cetera, et cetera. Yep. Scott and I had just talking about what we were listening to at the time, and so I kind of got geared that way too. So, maybe we talk about that next week. But to everybody out there, I mean, what are you guys listening to? I mean, it's not like we know everything about everything. We just know what we know, and after being in lockdown for a week, I mean, seriously, I know people up north say, "Oh, boo-hoo, you guys in Texas," but I know that when I know you guys couldn't handle anything past 82 degrees in the summer either. So it's just a different perspective on things. But the bottom line is, man, I went upstairs to my record lair and I organized everything. And while I was doing it, I put on stuff that I haven't listened to in years. And it's why I have a collection. It's right. so I can just drop something out of the clear blue. I mean, if you can't get out and go buy something new, then go upstairs or go to your room or wherever and pull out a record and listen to it. And man, I pulled a stack of stuff that I was listening to. I was all prepared to talk about it, but you know what? As far as making suggestions, that's what you do. You just, I mean, we'll listen. We're here to have fun. We're here to interact like we're doing today. And man, it's freaking awesome.
Well,
appreciate it.
That's what's magical about music, because it suits any mood that you're in, anything you want to do. I mean, I'm listening to Necrophobic today, driving around for work. But when we get off of here and I get to cleaning up the downstairs, I'm probably going to throw on Tora Tora or something. It's all music. It's all metal. It's all different things that we like. It's just different flavors. And so we just all like a lot of different flavors of metal. And that's what it's all about. But I want to say again, thank you to Pontus and TJ Lewis and Alvaro and Frazier and Spicoli. Oh my gosh, there were so many freaking comments. Baron Von Headbanger, and I can't even list everybody. That's just, I'm blown away. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Suggest topics. Tell us what you're listening to. And whoever I promised the Roth record to, message me. Because if you don't, I will forget.
Baron Von Headbanger.
Baron Von Headbanger. I owe you a record. So PM me your details, and I will send the record and some nice round table goodies. And there's about 5 different Roth stickers that go with this thing. So I'll send that too.
Oh, I'll say one more thing. Shout out to Aaron Daniels, my daughter's new friend. His dad prints stickers, and oh boy, do I have a stack of really cool stickers coming in the mail. And I'm going to make sure you boys have the new Osric Tentacle sticker, so you can put it on your road case. But I have the Far Beyond drawing Carcass John art sticker, and I have another one that's really cool. So yeah, man, give us a shout. Man, I love trading music. So if you guys have any ideas or any requests, hit me up, and we'll be happy to include a nice little. In fact, Scott's stack of things. I may just wait till you get here, but I want you to open it up. So I may wrap it up when you get here, because you're going to visit us in next month sometime, in a couple weeks.
Yeah, in a few weeks.
And so anyway, your stack gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you'll have stickers, et cetera, and maybe a unique poster.
Yeah, for the first time ever, the 3 of us are going to be in the same room together. Yep. So
Awesome.
Scott's not going to be here on a Tuesday, but I'm sure that we'll tape a little something for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Safe travels out here, brother. It's going to be good to see you in a couple weeks. And don't forget to hit us up on Instagram. I am Metal Rob. John is at Carcass John Art. Scott is on YouTube. He's got a massive channel over there on YouTube. Check him out at Scott Waters.
Mhm.
And yeah, are we good?
We're good.
All right, boys. Until next time, from episode 85 in the formerly frozen tundra.
Yeah, it
of
was
North
82
Texas.
today. It was 0 last Tuesday, and it was 82 today. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure. Anyway, until next time,
Metal will prevail.
Where did that Roth record go? There's a
Baron
song.
von Headbanger, Starpato.
My list-